When I first got started in real estate, well, not true actually. I was gonna say I didn't have anything. When I first got started in real estate, I was on the mortgage broker side, and I had a mortgage company, ran that for a number of years. 28 happened, or 2008 happened. I lost everything in the crash. I kept the duplex, and then 2 years after that, I was able to hold on to it for like a little bit longer until 2010. Lost my duplex in the foreclosure. It was a terrible experience. We got kicked out the day after Christmas. My wife was pregnant with our second child. We had a 1 year old. It was a low point in my life. And then about 2015, a guy reached out to me. 2014 actually. He's like, "Hey, I want to teach you real estate." And I'm like, "Well, I don't need to be taught real estate. I actually want nothing to do with real estate." So I had lost my ass and everything, all my homes, everything. And I took a chance. I left my wife and kids and drove out to Georgia. And I was homeless for a number of months. I was sleeping on the back of this guy's floor in his office in the very back, just running up my credit cards, trying to just survive. And it didn't take long. And my first deal came about 2.5, 3 weeks into my homelessness stay, being out there. And I got a check. Got a check for $20,000. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I always looked back at that and I'm like, oh, I had a mentor. He was guiding me and all of this stuff. And I was so grateful for him and his influence in my life. And I realized the power of having a network of people who know what they're doing and how to guide you and trust, you know, guide your steps and like help readjust when you're off. And so when I moved to California, I didn't have that safety network or that support, and I wanted to be that for others. Now I was still coming out of this homelessness, this food, I was on food stamps type of situation, but I had purchased properties with no credit, no income, and I was buying properties monthly, sometimes twice a month, with no money. And I was doing creatively. I was using a lot of creative financing in creative real estate. And then 2015, 16, 17, I built up this beautiful situation in my life where I became financially free. And I was mentoring, I was teaching, I was coaching, I was doing all kinds of stuff. I had a meetup, and then COVID hit, and then I did my meetup afterwards, and it just didn't feel right. I went through a divorce. Real estate, it allowed me to literally take off 2 years, almost 18 months, 19 months. I didn't do a single transaction, but I had cash flow from all of my properties. I had the luxury to take a step back and still have my life move forward financially. And that's what real estate can do for you. I got divorced. I discovered some new gifts and hobbies and things that I liked. I have a topless talk show. I help women with trauma heal. I have a sexual healing practice that is really my passion. Well, real estate funds a lot of that. Like I do a lot of pro bono work. I have a documentary coming out about the work that I'm doing. I've written a book about it. I do boob readings. All of these things have come because of the freedom that real estate has given me. So I stabilized myself, got into, I'm remarried. I have a beautiful family. Still am a great dad and a good co-parent with my children's mom. 5 beautiful kids, and I have the sexual healing practice, like as I mentioned, and that's where my passion's at. And I have clients, they pay me, and all of this stuff. But real estate is what allowed me the freedom to fund all of this. And I got out of it. I got out of the coaching, and I got out of all of the stuff. And I was just recently thinking to myself, I'm like, my God, there are so many people that are struggling right now to make ends meet. And I'm not saying that or suggesting that you're going to go out there and that you're going to make, $20,000 in 3 weeks like I did. That's, we're in a completely different market, but you do have the opportunity to make money, and a lot of it too. And I'm not suggesting that I'm going to be your coach or your guide, in that process. But what I am thinking about doing is I want to put my meetup back up. And my meetup got to be where it was like I was sharing what I was doing because people were interested, but they weren't taking any action. So I'm actually going to revamp what my meetups look like. And I actually want to help people like take the steps that are needed to go make some money. I'll probably start a school group as well. And I'll charge for it like $5 a month, like something nominal, just so that people are invested in themselves. I have a ton of resources. I have books that I've written. I've written 3 books in real estate. I got flashcards. I'm still, you probably don't know this about me, but I'm buying properties every month. My business partner and I, we probably take down anywhere between, I don't know, 6 and 7 new properties a month here in our 2 small counties. Between the 2 counties of us, we have maybe 150,000 people. Like, it's not a big county at all, and yet we're buying properties. I don't think we buy all of our properties here in the 2 counties. We spread out to 3, possibly 4 counties in my area, but they're smaller counties. I'm in rural Northern California. Imagine if I was in a city, I would be crushing it. But again, I'm not doing this to build a legacy or to build, anything massive. I'm doing very well. Like I said, I'm financially free, and I have my passion is in healing and helping women that have been through some terrible ordeals share their story with the world, and that's really where my heart is at. But real estate also, funds my lifestyle. I like to travel. I like to enjoy things with my family and take them on vacations and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm continuing to build my portfolio, my passive income, all of those things, and it's a blessing for us. So yeah, if you're interested in learning real estate, especially in this market, and you're actually wanting someone to partner with so you can make some money, I had one guy. He heard me speak, and I sold him a program. That was like $1,000 at the time. He went out, we partnered on a deal, and my cut was 25,000, his was 25,000, and he's like, "Well, this is fantastic, Ryan. I don't need you anymore, thanks." And he went on and he made 75,000 in his next deal, and then I don't know how much others he's done, but he's done a lot of deals to get over the years on his own without me. And it's just, you just need someone to show you how it works, and then you're off and you're running. And that's really what I want. Is I want for people to succeed. I don't care what your background is. I don't care what you've done in your past. I've helped individuals that are right out of prison that just had to go get their attitude. Like, they were like, I can do this. And that's the thing about it is, bad things happen to good people. So your past has nothing to do with it. Your limited education has nothing to do with it. In fact, the guy that I learned from, he was a I don't know if he was a college dropout or if he was a high school dropout. I don't remember, but the guy was like, he's like, "Look, man, he wasn't very bright," is what he said. Don't let that fool you. He was fucking smart, but he was street smart. He wasn't book smart. He was very street smart. He was very wise because he had, grown up in very poor areas. Usually, sometimes these are the best types of, learning environments that teach you real skills, people skills, how to connect with real people on a real level, not try to bullshit them and fleece them and hey, I'm gonna talk really nice and impressive and stuff like that to try to impress you. No one cares about that. They want to be able to relate to you in a real way. Sometimes I wear my glasses because I want to look smart, and then other times I don't. I wear my contacts, and I just level with people. I cuss. I tell people, I'm like, yeah, this is a shitty situation that you're in. It really fucking sucks. And I level with people. I don't try to hold myself above them like I'm a professional or anything like that. And this is how I talk to my clients as well when they walk into my healing practice. I'm like, look, we're gonna cut the bullshit. We're gonna get right to the root cause of what's causing all of this. And that's why they get such fast results. And this is why I help so many families as well in real estate, is because I'm a real person. And I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm here to help you. I know what works and I know what doesn't. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share with you freely. You don't have to use me as a resource. You don't have to use my services. You don't even have to let me buy your house. But you can take my information and you can run with it. You can do all you want with it. So if you're interested in learning what I'm doing, what's working right now in this market, let me know. I think it's been almost a year since I've done my meetup. And I don't have to do it. But I'm thinking that this is probably the right move right now. A lot of people are hurting. A lot of people could go out there. They have extra time. What are they doing? Going home and watching Netflix? I mean, come on, for reals. If you have an extra hour or two a week, you can do this. It doesn't take a whole lot of time or energy or effort. You can really go out there, and you probably know someone right now who you could probably help and make some money in helping them with their situation. And this is the whole thing about with real estate. When you get into become a real estate agent, they want you to talk to your friends and your family. Who do you know that wants to sell a house? However, this is a little bit different. Who do you know that wants to sell a house but can't because they have some kind of problem? This is what I do. I buy problems and I sell solutions. I'm here to help people. My whole background is in social work. This is in my heart who I am as an individual in my core. And so, unfortunately, distressed properties come with distressed homeowners. And so I have a natural gift and ability to help these individuals through a transition experience. So, yeah, if I can help you also transition from where you're at financially to where you want to be financially, I would love that. I would love to be able to help you with that. My meetups are here in Yuba City. It's local to me in my market in Northern California. But if you're not here, I may start doing them virtually. I don't know. Or throw them up on my school marketplace and see this is how you can do it. Again, I don't want to charge for free access to the information. But I mean, if I'm going to teach you like some of my deeper stuff, yeah, I'll probably put it on the school and have like a paywall of, like I said, like $5 a month. I mean, you can go through it as often as you want. I don't even care. You can strip it all down in 1 month. You can strip all the videos and do whatever you want to do with it. However, I do know from personal experience, when I used to pirate stuff or I used to pay for like 1 month and then bounce, I never did anything with it because I didn't value it, and I didn't value myself, and I didn't value that the universe was going to reward me with a positive action because I was stealing from somebody else, or I was being dishonest or deceitful, just trying to be as greedy as possible. So now I freely, like when I go to places, I pay for everything. I do it. I pay for full price because I want the result. It's also why with my clients too, unless I'm doing it in exchange for them to be a testimonial in my documentary or something like that, they pay because they're not going to get the results if they don't pay, because that's not how the universe rewards you, because you have to put forth your effort as well. So same thing happens with real estate. Like I said, I literally left my wife and kids, drove cross country from South Lake Tahoe to Savannah, Georgia, slept in the back of a guy's office, was homeless, sleeping on the floor, away from my wife and kids, and the universe rewarded me in the first about 2 weeks. I made $20,000. So again, my results aren't typical, but I was rewarded because I took a massive risk. I'm not asking you to take that kind of risk, but I'm asking you to take a risk and invest in yourself and just put forth the effort and see what happens. If you're interested, let me know. Love to help and share.